Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us again on the Book Fest. We're here with Lyn Liao Butler from the Kauai Writers Conference. She's here today to talk to us about that event coming up. It's a real in-person event, not like this online. So if you're interested in live in-person events, stay tuned. Lyn, how are you doing today?
Hi, Dave. Thanks for having us on. I am Lyn Liao Butler, and I'm an author, but I'm also one of the organizers of the Kauai Writers Conference, which takes place on November 10th through the 16th of this year. And it is a week-long conference. So we have 4 days of master classes, and they run about 3 hours long. There's once in the morning, once in the afternoon. So you could take 2 a day if you like. And then on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's the actual conference where we have panels with best-selling authors, agents, also publishing professionals like editors. And there's always nighttime activities every night, as well as a pitch fest for you. You get like 15 minutes with an agent or a publishing professional, which if you have ever been to conferences before, you know that is actually a long time. Most people give you like 30 seconds to a minute. It's almost like speed dating. But here, you actually get to sit down and you don't even have to pitch them. Like if you just want to sit down and have a consultation, talk to them about your idea. It's just a great way to connect with agents and editors from, the big 5, small presses, and also developmental editors. So I think it's a very unique conference because you not only learn from major, authors and editors, but you also get a chance to really get to know people in the publishing industry. So writing is such a solitary thing. I think it's a great opportunity to meet other people.
Yes, lots of introverts, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but it helps to break out of our shells. So
exactly.
This is going to be November?
Yes, November 10th through the 16th. So the master classes are Monday through Thursday. And then the conference is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you can sign up for just master classes or just conference, or you can do both. So it really depends on what you're looking for.
Cool. Can you go into differentiating those two a little bit? Like what was the difference between the master classes and the actual conference?
Sure. So the master classes are taught by some of the best authors out there. And David Katz, the director, he doesn't just pick authors that are great authors. They have to be great authors, but also great teachers. And so this year we have authors like Curtis Sittenfeld, Ali Hazelwood, Ariel Lawhan, and Liz Moore. I mean, there's a whole lineup from all different genres. And they each teach a class. So again, it's 4 days, 3 hours each day. On craft, on setting, like Stephen Rowley's coming and he's doing one about how to find humor in your writing. Ali Hazelwood and I are teaching a class about writing romance in all genres, not just romance. And then there's ones on finding voice and then fine tuning. So it's all different crafts from people who are beginners all the way to like maybe you're a more established writer, you want to get a little bit deeper. Jean Kwok teaches an advanced writer masterclass. And so it's just a chance to really get into your craft and like delve into maybe something that you've been having trouble with. And people just bond during this time because with the conference, there is an option for a meal plan and everybody eats together. So faculty, staff, the participants, we all eat in these like outdoor courtyards. So it's outside in the beautiful gardens at the Royal Sonesta Hotel in Kauai. And it's just a great chance because it's very different from other conferences where like the faculty, they all hang out together, they don't mingle. Here, you can sit down next to like a famous author that may be like Paula McLean that, you might fangirl over and she's sitting there eating with you. So it's just a great, and then you also meet for a lot of writers. I think most writers are introverts. I think I'm a reluctant extrovert. But if you're an introvert, it's great because you don't have to feel shy there. People just like welcome you. You sit down, there are big tables and you just meet people. So it's not just a learning experience. It's also a chance to connect. And then the conferences, it's like all day panels about publishing. There's also workshops. We have poets coming. Tim Siebels is coming. Rachel Eliza Griffith, who is Salman Rushdie's wife. She's going to be there. They're going to do poetry readings on the weekend during the conference. And then there are different panels and you can choose, like, some people pop into, a little bit of each, or you stay for one. And there's agent panels where they tell you what they're looking for and what the state of the querying industry, right now is. So it's just like a whole lot of information and a whole lot of immersion into publishing and writing.
Very cool. So jumping back into master classes a little bit. So what's the average class size for those?
We cap them at 20 so that they're not too big. There is the only exception is the class taught by Paula McLean, Meg Wolitzer, and Christina Baker-Klein. They teach a class together, but then they break out into sections. So I think their class is like 30 something, because then they break down into smaller sizes. And we do that because we want people to get a chance to present their work if they want to, and to get, individual time with each of the faculty. So they're not too big. And most of the classes, a lot of them are already starting to fill up. I think 3 or 4 of them are sold out already, and a couple of the other ones have like 1 or 2 spots left. But so if this is something you're interested in, definitely go on the website, KauaiWritersConference.com, and look up the master classes the authors are teaching, the subject they're teaching, so that, if this is what you want to do, you should register soon.
Don't wait.
Yeah, because it's happening in less than 2 months now. And this is the crunch time when people start signing up, like, okay, it's, I got to make a decision. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So how many class periods are there a day? Like, can you take multiple classes, or is there only time really to take one?
You can take up to 2 a day, because they are morning classes, which go from 9 to 12, and then afternoon classes, which I think it's 1 to or 12:30 to 4 or something like that, 3 hours in the afternoon. So you can take up to 2 master classes. You can't take more than that. I think one year somebody signed up for like 4 of them. And we're like, well, you can't be in 2 places at the same time. So you have to choose. Most people just take one, because then they use if they take a morning class, they'll use the afternoon to kind of go over and maybe write, they get inspired. You're in beautiful Kauai. The Royal Sonesta sits right at Kalapaki Beach. So, you're looking right out at the beach with this beautiful pool. So people get inspired, and they spend so if they take a morning class, they spend the afternoon kind of writing or taking notes. And then if they take an afternoon class, maybe they use the morning to relax, jot down notes for what they're going to do. There are people that do take both classes, like morning and afternoon, because, they want to get the most out of it. So that's totally an option. It's up to you. And then there are people that don't take master classes. They just want to come for the conference part. So they typically arrive on a Thursday and then get into the conference all day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Very cool. Now, differences again with other conferences. So do you have tracks, like multiple tracks for people, or is it people can kind of just make up their own schedule in terms of what they want to see?
They can make up their own schedule. The only thing you need to sign up for are the master classes, because, they're limited to 20 people capacity. For the conference, there's usually 3 panels or sessions going on at the same time. And you can pick whichever you want to go to. And, so, like I said before, sometimes people will go for a half an hour one and then pop into another one. That's totally up to you. Just, they're either, the conference rooms are huge. They're humongous. So you can slip in and out easily. Or, a lot of people just stay for one because that's what they're interested in. That's what they want to do. But yeah, you can do whatever you want. And you don't have to go into any. I know the first year I went, I was already a published author, and I just wanted to mingle. So I think I maybe went to like 1 session a day, and then I used the rest of the time to just write and be inspired sitting there at the beach. It is the most beautiful place. I'm not biased. I do divide my time between New York and Kauai, so I'm not biased. But it is absolutely one of the most inspiring and beautiful places. And I write so much more in Kauai than I do in New York. So a lot of people just come away from the conference with this like new drive to either finish their project or start a new project. So it's just a great place for you to work on whatever it is that you want to work on and just make connections.
That's awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about Kauai, like for those who haven't actually ever been to Hawaii?
Hawaii, I think, is the most beautiful Hawaiian island. I've been to all of them, but there's something about Kauai that when the first time I came here, I stepped off the airplane. I was just like, It smells different. It's like, it's peaceful. It's there's like a sense of calm that comes over you. And the conference takes place at the Royal Sonesta Hotel, which is right in Lihue. It's about 5 minutes from the airport. So there's a free shuttle from the airport. You don't even have to take a cab. There's a number you call, and they bring you right here. You have everything you need here. There's a giant pool. There's restaurants, a few restaurants just down the walk on the beach. There's the beautiful Kalapaki Beach right there in front of you. There's more restaurants across the way. Most people that come to a conference don't even rent a car because you're just right there. You can walk to a lot of things nearby. If you want to explore, like if you want to go hiking and do some of the outdoor activities like kayaking or paddleboarding, surfing, you will need a car. Lihue, where the conference takes place, is right on the eastern coast. And then there's North Shore, South Shore, West Side, where the Waimea Canyon is. So if you want to explore, come a few days early, stay a few days later, but you will need a car to do that. If you're just coming for the conference, then you don't, because everything you need is within walking distance. There's a store if you need to buy incidentals. And it's a beautiful resort. The rooms are gorgeous. The whole resort is just like, it has everything you need. And it's one of my favorite pools on the island.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah. And let me tell you about the meal plan. I think for me, I think the meal plan is delicious. They use locally sourced vegetables and a lot of it's just very fresh, very healthy, but very tasty. We do take into account any dietary concerns. And I know some people who had dietary concerns said that it wasn't the best for them because they didn't have a lot of options. So you don't have to take the meal plan. There is a bunch of restaurants in the hotel, and then again, just down the road within walking distance. So you don't have to do that, but it's a great chance to just meet the faculty and get to sit down with like an editor or an agent and see that, they're real people. Because I know back when I was querying that agents were very scary to me. And so this conference is a great chance for you to just, mingle with editors from like Penguin Random House, Simon & Schuster, and agents from, top like Writers House. So I think it's a great option, the meal plan.
Very cool. And then too, as far as meal plans go, do you guys still have the luau every year?
Yes. So on Saturday night, there will be a luau right on the ground. It's a separate charge. And I believe that Israel Kamakawa Ole, I don't know if I say his name right, but is the famous, the songwriter, famous singer. I think his original band is going to be playing at the luau this year. They did last year too, but David didn't highlight it, so a lot of people didn't realize. So they are going to be opening the luau, I believe, this year. And it's, so if you've never been to a luau, you don't know what it's about. Again, the food is amazing. The entertainment is great. It's right on the beach. So you have the crashing waves in the background. So that's a Saturday night activity. Thursday night, we're going to have an event for participants who are published authors. So they get a chance to present their books, whether they're self-published or published through traditional publishing or hybrid. They have a chance to bring their books to be sold. They get to present, and we did it for the first time last year, and it was like, I think we had like over 70 people attend. It was so well attended. People loved it. There's going to be food and drinks available. So there's something to do almost every night. And I think Friday night, there's going to be another performance by some of the participants and also some Kauai locals. And like I said, on Saturday, there's a poetry reading. We're going to have not just world-renowned poets, but also Kauai poets like that are from Kauai. So it's a great event. There's so much to do, so much to see. I heard that there's a virtual swag bag and you'll get a little coupon code. So definitely watch out for that.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.